This feels weird, huh? We're starting a Corvette video, driving the Corvette. Who would have thought? Not me. Normally in these videos, we're doing an intro recap, or we're in the garage, underneath the car on the lift, explaining what broke, explaining what we're gonna do to fix it, explaining how frustrated I am, waiting for a tow truck on the side of the road. But not today. We've actually been driving the shit out of this car the last few weeks, and I am pleased to report that she seems good. Idling in traffic, stop and go, very, very hot days, 90 plus degrees, no stalls, and I don't want to jinx it, but I think we finally figured out the Corvette. That stupid crank sensor pigtail. Since we replaced that, this thing has gone on longer trips, never stalled in traffic, dealt with the heat like normal, and has been driving pretty damn good. All the situations that used to make me nervous about this car, and it hasn't done any of that, which is great. Except one slight caveat to that. I haven't taken it above 3,000 RPM. I honestly cannot remember the last time I did a full clean pull in this car. We are so close to breaking in the new clutch. We have about 50-ish miles left to go, and we will do that in today's video.
And it's not just the engine stuff that I'm nervous about. Before all of this, the clutch pedal was also doing that thing where it would occasionally stick to the floor and not come back up when I would get into the RPMs. Since I haven't gone above 3K, I still have no idea what it's gonna do. It's been months since I've had the shop put in the new clutch, and the car's been down so much and has had so many issues, it's been really difficult to put down the break-in miles.
Now, normally, in the past, if you guys have been watching, every time I shut the car off and try to turn it back on, particularly when I get gas, the car would never start first, second, sometimes the third try. So let's see how this goes. All right, here we go. Oh, a little bit of hesitation. That's a new one. It's been just fine the last few weeks, but because I'm filming, she's gonna act up. She still started though. Anyway, we have a very important stop to make, a little manifestation exercise, if you will. And it's quite a ways away, and it's stop and go traffic. So that'll be the bulk of our 50 miles, so let's go.
So if you don't know, when you break in a clutch, specifically for this Mcleod RXT, you have to do 750 break-in miles, and it has to be stop and go traffic. No full throttle pulls, and you can't just get on the highway and log 750 miles. You have to do it in stop and go traffic so that the clutch has ample time to go through many, many heat cycles, cool downs, and if 750 miles sounds like a lifetime, it truly is.
You know, despite the car being so good the last few weeks, I still can't help but like constantly scan the dash, the oil temp, the coolant temp, the battery voltage. You know, everything is fine, but when I'm at a light, I'm like constantly scanning. It sucks that this car kind of trained me to do that. It sucked all the fun out of it. I'm sure I will get over it, give it due time, and it performing consistently well. But as of right now, it's very nerve-wracking, even driving this car. She's fun, but she's toxic. Also, just an update on how the Mcleod RXT 1200 clutch is doing. Honestly, I don't think I would recommend it. It's really good second through sixth. Downshifts are really good. It's just really annoying getting into first. It's like, you know, I will say it's gotten better the more we drive in, the more we break it in, but it's just like, it's just so shuddery and chattery. When the car is cold and you start it up, you can hear the flywheel. It's just like, I know it's a heavy duty clutch and I didn't want this clutch to begin with, but the guy just was so adamant about giving me an RXT. Granted, it's a very strong clutch, but like out of first, it's just so hard to drive smooth. But you just need a little bit of more gas, a lot of bit more gas. But it's not like the stock clutch. You have to kind of like be confident in taking it off. You can't like find the bite point. You got to just ease off, and it's a way quicker engagement. I don't really like it, but I'm getting used to it, and it seems to be getting better with age and breaking it in. So if I were to recommend it, just go with the monster clutches. See, it's like sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't, and I swear I'm being like super consistent, but you kind of like half launch it just to get it to be smooth. You look like a dickhead in traffic, you know? And as far as like pedal effort, it's close to stock. It's a little stiffer, maybe like 10-15 stiffer. But like, look, I'll try to, oh, that time was good. Hi, Sweaty. What's up, you evil looking dude?
Oh, stop. He's the sweetest. You
The
want
devil's
something?
animal.
You want to try a cucumber? I don't remember if you like these or not. Yeah, good boy. Come on, let's go find Pace.
Come on, let's go. Are you purring at me? Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. Is she gonna start doing that donkey thing? Oh, who's that?
Hello. You're so sweet.
Hey, what's your name? How are you?
That's sheepy.
Hi, sheepy.
Kind of sheepish. Sweaty.
Sweaty, back up.
Rude.
Back up.
You are rude. Oh my gosh.
Does sheepy like carrots?
Okay, Pace, I know. Okay, hold on. Hold on, Pace. Hold on. Here, Sheepy. Oh, goodness. I don't remember if you like
Oh, hello. You're so dusty.
Oh, you just want scratches? She loves being scratched.
Oh, she likes scratches.
Hi, Pace.
The dust coming off you. Can you back up, please?
She wants to give you hugs.
Oh, I'll give her hugs. Can you back up here? Back up here. Look at this. Yes. You are such a sweet girl. Okay. Oh shit, what is that thing?
Pumbaa.
I feel like Pumbaa would eat pretty much anything.
Yeah, Pumbaa, you gotta walk
Oh
on the ground,
god.
right here. Right
You
here.
are so
See?
ugly.
Yeah, on the ground, yes. I don't like feeding pigs.
She can't get it. Good job. You're very sweet.
Okay. Here, there's cucumbers everywhere.
Oh hell no.
I'm terrified of these.
What the fuck is he doing?
This is what it does.
You are my favorite. You are such a sweet girl.
Got one little guy in there.
Oh shit! That fucking hurt, dude.
This is chaos.
Goodbye, weirdo. This is a camera. This is not a carrot. See you later. Oh, don't look so sad.
We don't know why this mass is here. So I don't know if she's got like
Should be
something
straight.
going on, yeah. She's a sweet girl.
Does it bother her?
No, I don't think so. She just always likes her butt pet.
Mm-hmm. All right. Car's hot. Everything's up to temp. Everything feels relatively good. why I'm so nervous. Just a fucking pole in your car. Shouldn't be this nerve-wracking. Feels really good. Hell yeah. Dude, it has been a while since I felt that sensation. A long time. All of those sleepless nights during the winter and all those frustrating nights under the car may have been worth it. Steady at 178, coolant temps 185, oil pressure perfect, voltage actually more than average. We're at 14.1. It's not the hottest day today, but I have been driving for a while. 14.2 voltage, it's pretty good. That those extra grounds might be doing the trick. Man, she feels good. It feels good. You know, I got a lot of comments about my patience level and how, you know, one comment in particular wishing they had at least half of my patience. Believe me, I was close, dude. I was freaking close. My mama didn't raise no bitch. Mama didn't raise no bitch. Thought about quitting a few times, but just part after part, just money going out and out and out, and just fix this one thing and then another thing pops up. It was so damn frustrating. And I'm sure that a lot of you can tell that in the videos. It sucked the fun out of owning this car. You know, if I were to do it all over again, I probably wouldn't. The car was totally fine bone stock, super reliable, but you know, you have the car for 4 or 5 years, you want to freshen it up a little bit, it gets kind of boring. And you know, it's a good excuse to kind of flex my storytelling skills with all these issues and video after video, and kind of troubleshooting and helping a bunch of you guys making videos about how to troubleshoot certain things, because a lot of us have the same issues, and I haven't seen a single person make a video about a crank sensor pigtail just chasing my tail, like people telling me to open up the fuse box, and that is a common issue, but that wasn't my issue. So I'm glad that I could share my journey after that fucking shop just whatever. We're moving on. She feels so good. Man. You know, I do want to give an honorable mention to Vitamin C6 Z. That dude has been so helpful, so attentive to my issues. He's helped me troubleshoot a lot. He's a real one. He gives out all the valuable information for free. The dude's been killing it on social media, and I just want to extend a thank you to that guy. And along with that, so many people reached out. So many DMs, even emails of people trying to help diagnose all of my issues, and I sincerely appreciate it. You know, Corvette guys get a bad rap, and I don't know why. The tired old joke of jorts and New Balances is getting a little tired, but this is one of the most helpful communities I've ever been a part of. So I just want to say thank you to all you guys. I know there's a lot of new subscribers here during my journey, and this isn't the typical video style that I do with how-tos and explaining stuff. That's just not my channel. I'm glad to do it, but my passion is cinematic high production car films and car commercials and, you know, higher production vlogging. And now that we have this car back, it opens up that whole part of the book that I closed for so many months over the winter. We can finally continue the Driver X series and just do more with this car instead of in the garage diagnosing and wrenching, because that's not my MO. I don't like it. I'm a driver. So glad I didn't quit.
Mechanically, I think we're finally there. It runs, it drives, I can actually beat on it again. So now, it's time to make it look like it. And I'll leave you guys with a little sneak peek of what's coming next for the vet. See you in the next one.
All right, let's see what we got here. Oh, man. This paint is hammered. I'm not trying to be the scratches going the opposite direction. So this must have been from, put those protective things on here when they're working on it. Because normally people are washing like this. You see towel scratches, they're like this. See when you drag your fingernail and you hear that clicking? This is why I want to sand a lot of this. 100% honest, one of the things I'm concerned about is, yeah, this is really bad. Another bad area always, ooh, look at this. That's gotta be originally, I think maybe from the factory. Say a prayer for the Corvette. This is gonna be a whole new vehicle when you see it next time.